Hey guys! Welcome to my very first video tour through my bullet journal. So today I'm going to be showing you what I started with, what I switched to, and what I'm currently using. So you can get a really good idea of some of the different ways that you can use a bullet journal, of my own journey, which has changed and is constantly changing and evolving. The more I learn, the more I find what suits me. This is not a perfect system, and sometimes I do things and I hate them. And so I learn from that and I try something different the next time. So I hope that this is enlightening for you. I hope it gives you some great ideas. So let's start with my first insert. I started out with a traveler's notebook, very basic, and I made my own inserts. So this is just a cardstock with grid paper on the inside that I printed off and cut to size. So it was a very simple program. I made my own index in the front. I had, my year at a glance. I liked to add quite a bit of art to my pages when I started, so I was playing around with doodling and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I make it a little clearer for you guys. All right, so yeah, this was kind of my humble beginnings. I was learning a lot about lettering. I started in December, so this is January. This really is kind of my very first attempt at bullet journaling. Shh, Janaya, quiet. So this I was working on like homeschool planning. So again, not perfect. I was playing around with lettering. I had pages I hated. Things didn't work out. But I experimented a lot. This one, almost everything in here is different, you'll notice. And this was kind of my experimentation book. I was really playing around with what I liked, and I tried everything. I tried the time, tracking your time. I tried then being really artsy and super flowy with it. I tried using watercolors, things I hated again, but they're all learning experiences. So yeah, this kind of gives you a glimpse of where I came from. Okay, so now where I evolved to, this is the Leuchtturm, and I decided to switch to it so that I would have everything in one booklet. I thought that was going to be awesome. So again, I went with grid because I'm stubborn like that. The front of it has your index. I did my year at a glance. I started doing my goals and my trackers. I played around with the windows. Yeah, this is just, again, this is January or February, so I was still learning. And I had a long ways to go. You could see some days it was just a total mess, and that's what I needed it to be. Some days are fully blank, and I keep those in there because I find that they really help me see what I want to change and where I want to go from that. Here I spent so much time on the spread, and then I did nothing with it. Nothing, you guys. And I feel like that kind of stuff is important to keep in there, to realize, okay, be careful how much expectation you're putting on yourself in the beginning. I really encourage you to have a doodle spread, a collection that you can refer to, oh yeah, that's right, I like adding this in, or today I want to try doing some of this, or I really want to do a different banner, or it just gives you ideas of things that you can do. So yeah, this was my blended lifestyle. Janaya, shh. Sorry, I'm doing this with kids in the room because that's just my life today. And it's either do the video or don't do the video. Okay, I'm skipping through a little bit. Around here, I started switching, and I actually discovered this way that I could get my own bullet journal, traveler's notebook, custom made for me. And this started out as a gift for my husband. I was going to make him a gift, and I fell in love, and I ordered two, one for myself. And the thing that it's kind of a double whammy. I did like the Leuchtturm. I liked having everything all together. It's also bigger. The pages are bigger, which I miss, if I'm being completely honest. But I am liking the fact that here my life is a bit more separated. That also has its pros. I can have my own meal planning insert and all of that. So this is my current system. Okay, so I ordered this off, I think, Midori.com or something like that. It just fits in. The way that a traveler's notebook is set up, is that here you can see these are elastics. Let me just fix my, there we go. Right there, these are elastics that are just threaded through. And so you can elastic your books together and thread your books through so you can fit more on each one. I've fit like 13 in here. You can even fit more because mine is extra wide. I have lots of room for spillage, but I don't really want a traveler's notebook that's, you know, as thick as my hand that is heavy and I'm having to carry around everywhere I go. So right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 inserts, and I find that's good. That's a good, like 2 finger widths, maybe a little bit more of width, and I'm liking it right now for size. So I don't want to make it so much. The problem is for me, I'm a perfectionist, so the more inserts that I have, the more then I feel like I need to fill them all in, and trying to keep up with all the inserts is really hard for me. So, all right, I know this is already getting long. Okay, just a minute, we're almost done. Okay, so my very first insert is a collection insert. Again, I made this myself. It isn't perfect. I have some new ones coming in, but it's just really basic, and I just keep my collections in it, and I really love having my collections all together so that I'm not having to go and find them through an index. I have all the things that I refer to regularly in one area. So cleaning schedules, family chore schedules, reading lists, memories, whatever I want to make it, I can. So I'm really liking having my collection insert separate. Next I did have a monthly. If you read or if you checked out yesterday's post, you would have seen why I don't actually use calendars that much right now in my personal life. For my blog, I do, and I'm going to show you guys that in a future one. I have a Leuchtturm that I'm using right now for my blog planner because I have to see things at a glance. I'm scheduling things months in advance and everything. I have to have a calendar. But for my life, which is quite boring, I really don't have that much that happens in my days that I need to be tracking months ahead. I don't have a lot of events that I go to. It's just, my life isn't like that. So for me, this is kind of my weekly, daily, or whatever I need it to be. So again, I have my index in the beginning, and again, I've really been experimenting still. I'm always trying to find what works for me, right? And that changes, you guys. And if there's nothing else that you learn, nothing else, I feel like it's so important for us to realize that we are constantly changing. You know, sometimes we're going to need something really basic like this, really basic, where we're just like, this took me like seconds to set up. I'm just writing a line with the day and then making lists. Sometimes we want to get a little more artsy and creative. And so having the flexibility to do that, sometimes we're not going to get much done in a week. Like, I didn't even do planning hardly this week, and that's okay too. Come here. Come sit with Mom. So that's why I love bullet journaling, and that's why for me, it's become more of a long-term solution, because the weeks that days or whatever that I want to be artsy, don't touch this. Come sit over here. I can. And weeks that I need it more simple, I can do that too. Like some weeks I use it more as a memory tracker, right? So where all I'm doing really is tracking what we've done that day. So this kind of gives you an idea of the way I do that. Oh my goodness. Note to self, do not do videos with little kids. Okay, my meal planner I'll show you quickly. You guys, I sell, if you like this dot grid simplicity, you want to print your own for really, really cheap, and just, you can have it once and print off as many inserts as you want. I sell those on my Etsy shop. I sell this meal planner on my Etsy shop. Things I create, I do try to share with you guys. So I have my day, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, snack for the day, and my grocery list for the week. So if you like doing meal planning, this then I just open up and I take it right with me into the store. So it works really well. Money, you know, you always got to have some money. My homeschool planner, I do like to keep that separate. But again, I don't plan my individual days in here because I can't do day plan in here, day plan in here. It's too much. Day plan in my blogger. I need to have one place that I'm tracking my days. And the rest of this is just collections, the important stuff that I want to keep track of long term. So that's what this is. Let me give you a quick run through. I have not done a whole lot in this booklet, actually, to be quite honest, in the last little while. And that's okay. Sometimes you're just focused on other things, and that's just fine. So I do have a journaling insert as well. I have a work planner, but I am switching to the Leuchtturm for this. There's just too much information that I have that I can't keep track of everything. There's just too much. So, but that gives you an idea of kind of what you can do with a blog planner insert. And then my brain dump. And this is the most important book of any of my inserts because I am a perfectionist. And if I don't have freedom to be total mess, like this is not messy. You will see messy. If I don't have freedom to do that, sometimes I'm on the phone and I just need to get thoughts onto paper, and I do that. Or my kids need to doodle, or I want to practice a new pen and I just have to try it out right then and there. I want to do that. I want to have the freedom to have a booklet. You know, my kids were driving me crazy one day, so I gave them my notebook and I let them do doodling in it. Whatever. It doesn't have to be perfect everywhere, and this is my imperfect spot where I can just fill in crazy stuff and then I can bring it over as I need to. Confirmation numbers. You know, you're on the phone. It's just that stuff that comes up that you're like, oh my goodness, got to write that down. This is where you can write it and then find where it applies in the rest of your inserts. So that gives you an idea of my current system. It's going to be changing. Like I said, it's always changing. I have new inserts coming in, so I'm going to be, switching all this up and rearranging it and organizing it. And once I move my blog one out, I mean, it's evolving. It's always evolving, and I'm figuring out how I can make it work where it's not too much, because that's the struggle I'm finding with the inserts. I like the separation. I struggle keeping up with all of them. So I'm a little bit in that limbo land, and it's not always easy, but hopefully that gives you an idea and some inspiration and a better idea of what a traveler's notebook is and bullet journaling in general, and how you can obviously see I'm very, very far from the original system, which is what I was kind of referring to in yesterday's post. And guys, if you are new to this or watching this on YouTube and you have no idea what I'm talking about when I say yesterday's post, check out the description. I am doing a 31-day challenge where I am writing every single day for 31 days about planning, about bullet journaling, traveler's notebooks. I have giveaways. You can win a Leuchtturm. There's all sorts of things going on this month. I'm going to be doing video tutorials. I've just made them free brush lettering worksheets, all sorts of resources to help you with planning. So head on over and check that out. They will all be linked up on this one page. I'll link it in the description. And otherwise, I hope you have an awesome, awesome day. All right, talk to you later.